As Iraq battles ISIL and Sunni rebels on the ground for the first time, the human cost is increasing. People flee from the fighting as the battle for Tikrit intensifies. The United Nations says thousands are escaping across Iraq in fear as they say the violence takes on an increasingly sectarian nature. Figures for civilian casualties haven't officially been released, but there are concerns that the rebels and the Iraqi army may have both killed innocents caught up in the battles across northwestern Iraq. These armoured cars are part of the first major ground offensive by Iraq's army since this crisis began. Its troops massed here in Samarra when ISIL rebels began to take territory in the northwest. On Saturday, the soldiers started a ground offensive, fighting their way up this road to here, the outskirts of Tikrit. That town's been in the hands of the Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant since June the 11th, and this latest offensive has been dubbed 0 Hour by some government sources. Iraq's army says it's in control of the outlying suburbs with regular infantry, Shia militia forces and helicopter support.
It's confirmed that the ISIL leaders in Salahuddin have started to flee. All the intelligence information that we got today and yesterday show that the morale of the army is collapsing.
Pro-ISIL reports say that they have brought in reinforcements and that they've killed a number of soldiers and destroyed 10 to 20 Iraqi army Humvees, and that they have the Iraqi army on the run. Both sides say the fighting is continuing. In Mosul, the Iraqi Air Force has struck targets there for the first time. They likely used Hellfire missiles. Now, the Americans would have given them advice on targeting, but it's not just Hellfire over the skies of Iraq. The US has confirmed that it's flown aircraft, both lethal and non-lethal.
We continue to fly both manned and unmanned aircraft over Iraq at the Iraqi government's request, predominantly for reconnaissance purposes. Some of those aircraft are armed. The reason that some of those aircraft are armed is primarily for force protection reasons, now that we have introduced into the country some military advisors whose objective will be to operate outside the confines of the embassy.
But despite that, ISIL not only controls Iraq's second biggest city of Mosul, but has mounted yet another display of power and shows no signs of backing down. Imran Khan, Al Jazeera, Baghdad.